Hello, welcome to another edition of The Savvy Steward. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our website and all of the wonderful resources that we have there at www.loveserveeducate.com. We also have additional media available through our Instagram and Facebook pages. You can find us on Instagram at Love Serve Educate and Facebook at LOSEED LLC. Thanks for watching. So today we will be discussing maximizing your retirement contributions. If there are three things that I had to hang my financial hat on, just to make sure that I always tell you these three things, or these are deep held financial values for me, those three things would be: number one, diversify your income streams. You never know when one income stream will go down. So it is always helpful to have multiple. Okay. Number two, make sure, make sure this grinds my gears. Do not go exempt on your taxes. Go ahead and pay those. It is much easier to pay taxes monthly than to pay all at one time at the beginning of the new year when you're filing your taxes. So, if at all possible, do not go exempt. It brings a big headache for you. And the last thing you want is to have to be on a payment plan with the IRS because they accrue interest daily, not monthly, like some of your other bills. If it may be a car payment or a mortgage, they accrue interest daily. So don't go into debt with the IRS. I just don't recommend it. The third thing that I would say I would hang my hat on is always save something for later. Okay, later's always going to come. If you all remember, just a few years ago, there was a big movement called YOLO. You only live once, just go ahead and do it. Ball out. But no. Later is going to come. Tomorrow is going to come. So make sure that you have something tucked away for later. And that rolls right into the topic that we're discussing today about maximizing your retirement contributions. I don't know about you, but I would also assume that you're like me in a way where you don't have any plans to work forever. Okay, you want to be able to stop working at some point and live off of the contributions that you've made previously. So, the best way to do that is contributing something to your retirement now so you can live comfortably later. Not just live, but live comfortably, live in a way where you still have the privileges and even some of the rights that you have now. If you're, most people want to make close to in retirement what their last maybe even 2 years of income was when they were working. Just again, something that makes sure that you're comfortable, and Social Security isn't going to be enough. Some people are saying, hey, I'll just live off my Social Security. I won't worry about that. But in a lot of ways, it's not enough to give you the standard of living that you're used to. So it's important to make sure that you're contributing to your retirement. All my entrepreneurial people, There are many, many ways to contribute to your retirement, even as an entrepreneur. 'Cause even as an entrepreneur, you don't want to work forever. And you want to make sure that your future is taken care of. So, also make sure whether you're working full time for a company or you're working full time for yourself, that there's something that you're contributing to your future, especially in your retirement. So with your retirement, what I wanted to make sure, the three things that I wanted you to know today were that for 2025, the maximum 401k contributions, traditional 401k contributions. You can contribute up to $23,500 a year. That's reducing your taxable income when you're contributing to that retirement. When you're generally, if you're working for someone, you usually have of some kind of 401k plan, maybe even a 457b plan. And just with these numbers and these letters, know that they refer to actual sections of the IRS tax code. So the IRS tax code 401k refers to the retirement benefits for a 401k, and that's why they call it that. Same with a 457b, and we're even going to talk about some 403bs as well, okay? But with a 401k, like I said, that's the maximum contribution for 2025. Now, if you are over the age of 50, you also have an additional catch up contribution that you can make over that $23,500. Okay. If just a little shameless plug, if if your company, if your employer offers matching contributions, do that and do it to the maximum amount available to you. If they're matching you at 3%, 5%, that is basically free money for you for your retirement. So if that's not just again what you're contributing, if they're matching what you're contributing, then you want to do that. You want to do that and have that additional funding available for your retirement. So for me, I was working at a university, still currently at the university, but became vested, and that vesting got me to 13%. So you want to make sure that you're getting the maximum value possible for your contributions. Okay. Also, any IRA contribution. So that's a traditional 403b. Some people, of course, you've probably seen again in different forms of media or even on the internet about IRAs, which are individual retirement accounts. And people are, oh, traditional IRA, Roth IRA, traditional IRA, Roth IRA. The traditional IRA, when you contribute to that, just like a 401k or 457b, what that income that you receive after your retirement is going to be taxable for you. So it is currently not taxed now, but it will be taxed later. But it's important to know about the traditional IRA. One thing that's important to know is that your contributions to your traditional IRA are also deductible for you up to $7,000. Now, that same $23,500 for the 401k and the $7,000 for a traditional IRA, remember too that they are subject to income limits. So you do want to discuss these deductions with your tax preparer, okay? To make sure that they're available to the maximum amount for you based on your income limit and your filing status, okay? Because they do vary, all right? But with that traditional IRA, again, there's a credit for you now Even though it's tax again, the contribution is taxable once you start receiving those benefits in your retirement. It's still important to contribute something now because there's a credit for you now as you do it. Whereas as we get into the Roth IRA is taxable now, but it is tax free for you once you start receiving those benefits. So you're paying the tax up front, and then once you retire and start receiving those benefits, those distributions are now non-taxable for you because you paid the tax now. So, what is my recommendation when people ask me about traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs? I have both. I have both. I want to benefit me now and I want to benefit me later. So if there's anything I can do and maximize with those contributions, that's what I'm gonna do for both, right? Because I want my tax liability now to be as low as possible, and I want my tax liability in the future to be low as possible too. So taking care of now and taken care of later. But be mindful about maximizing your contributions, your retirement contributions. I'm so thankful to the person um, who let me know as a young professional, hey, start contributing to a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. And this was not my supervisor. This was not even a close friend. This was just a coworker who said, hey, I'm about to retire. You're a young professional. Here's just some knowledge that I want to give you, something that may help you in the future, especially as it is in regard to traditional IRAs, because you can borrow from them, right? Without having to actually take a early distribution, which we all know is taxable, and there's a penalty for that taxable distribution if you are under the retirement age, but you can borrow from it without any tax liability. You're just paying that back at a usually a very flexible time limit and a very low interest rate, just borrowing from yourself. So thank you to William, if you ever see this video, for letting me know about the contributions that I could make and did make to VALIC, which is now Corebridge Financial, but have helped me tremendously in my financial journey. So make sure that just as William did for me, share that knowledge with someone else, especially a younger professional. It's never too early to start contributing to your retirement. So make sure if you're not completely just mentoring someone, let someone else know. Again, especially a young professional, know, hey, start contributing to your retirement. What's your are you maximizing your contributions? Are you looking into individual retirement accounts, whether they be traditional or Roth IRAs? Help the next person. That's what we're all about here at Love, Serve, Educate. That's what I encourage you all to do for others as we here at LOC do that for you. So let me know in the comments how you are maximizing your contributions, whether you are an employee or you are self-employed. And please feel free to reach out to us for anything you need, any consultations about your particular retirement contributions and how we can be of support even in tax strategies for your retirement contributions. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next edition of The Savvy Steward. Take care.